Listen to me, Kenyans, okay? The UK depends 100% on the Commonwealth. And who's the Commonwealth? Kenya is one of the biggest players in the Commonwealth. Listen, if you guys go back to the videos of Brexit, you will notice a clear pattern. The reason why the British ruling class were 100% behind fucking up the connection between the UK and the EU was because of the Commonwealth. Boris Johnson even came to Kenya at the time. President Uhuru was the leader. He was doing his second term. Boris Johnson had to come to Kenya and beg Uhuru to not shake up Commonwealth because they knew that the entire UK civilization depends on the Commonwealth. That's why they don't give a fuck about fucking up the European Union. They don't care about fucking up other Europeans because the UK always relies on the Commonwealth. But here's the thing. We can no longer trust the Commonwealth. Listen, the Commonwealth does not act like Commonwealth. Take that in. It is called the Commonwealth. We even have our own Olympics, the Commonwealth Olympics, man. The Commonwealth Games. You know? Yet, in this Commonwealth, we're not equal. Isn't that crazy? The most dependent people in the Commonwealth, which is the UK, they still require other members of the Commonwealth to apply for visa to go to their country. They still require Indians to go to an English embassy so that they can go to the UK. India, listen to me. The UK only survives because of you. Kenya, listen. South Africa, listen. Canada, Australia, listen. The only reason why the UK is still surviving is because of all of us in the Commonwealth. Yet this old decrepit fool, who's the king now, he does nothing. We haven't heard about meetings to bring the Commonwealth together, to talk about new trade systems, to talk about how someone in India should be able to travel any country in the Commonwealth without needing a visa. Listen, if you're from India, you should be able to travel to Kenya with no visa. You should be able to travel to Australia with no visa. You should be able to travel to the Canadian territory without a visa. You should be able to travel to Nigeria without a visa. And all those people, we should all be able to travel to all other Commonwealth nations without needing a visa. It should be an easy as going to the airport and saying, you know what, today I feel like having lunch in the UK. You just travel to the UK. You don't need a visa, you just buy a ticket. Today I feel like going to Melbourne, Australia. You just go to Australia. But the fact that these things haven't been implemented, you know why? Because the leadership was, in the past, ran by the Queen, a decrepit old fool who only inherited her position because her father was the king. And then now her son is the king. The same fucking old decrepit fool. This is why the Commonwealth can never move forward. Listen to me. Right now, the Commonwealth, India, most of Africa, Canada, Australia, okay? We're supposed to be so united, so connected, that our economic systems should shield us from the global systems. We shouldn't have to worry about what the Americans are doing or how the global economy is doing. because we should be connected together, the Commonwealth. But how do we expect to trust the King of England when his entire life has been spent knowing that all he has to do is sit back and he's gonna inherit stuff? Listen, we need to give the Commonwealth to someone like Canada or Australia or Kenya or South Africa, so we can actually start making real deals. Listen, businessmen and women in Canada, in Kenya, in Australia, in South Africa, we should all know that we can do trade, we can travel to each other's countries with ease, unlike other people. That means our monies are safe. That means we make all the profit, we keep all the profit. But right now we have a king at the helm who doesn't care about the Commonwealth. Yet we still have to contribute money to this system. We still have to show up to games and act like somehow we're Commonwealth. But we're not a Commonwealth. We're a joke right now. We are a joke. Listen to me. We need to have a serious conversation when it comes to the Commonwealth. Australia, South Africa, Kenya, Canada, the UK. We all need to come together and have a serious conversation. And other India and other Commonwealth countries, okay? We need to come together and have a serious conversation. We cannot have a decrepit old fool that does nothing. Have you guys heard him calling a meeting in the Commonwealth to talk about our security? Listen, right now India is being challenged by China. Have you heard about England supporting India in pushing back the Chinese from the Indian territory? Have you heard? Have you heard the UK saying we're gonna give all Commonwealth African countries a yearly budget, no question asked, for development? Have you heard them telling the same to the Caribbean nations? Have you heard them telling Australia, listen, Australia, now it's time for us to be serious. How do we keep all Commonwealth nations safe? How do we have joint military operations with Canada, Kenya, South Africa, India, the Caribbean nations? How do we have a joint military operation so we can show that the Commonwealth is safe and strong and stable? Man, we have our old decrepit fool, a king of England, decrepit old fool. All he knows is everything will be done for him. I bet you he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. He's like, what is a Commonwealth? What is a Commonwealth? Listen to me, people of the Commonwealth. You know who you are. I'm speaking to you. The King of England doesn't deserve leadership. We need to give leadership of the Commonwealth to somebody who deserves it. Like the Canadians. The Canadians have showed us that they have systems and way of life of taking care of everybody. Maybe it's time for the leadership to go to the Canadians when it comes to the Commonwealth, or South Africans, because when it comes to the G20, South Africans invited everybody and their mom to show that the world that we're willing to be a really good parent when it comes to leadership of the world. So maybe we should give the Commonwealth leadership to the South Africans, or maybe we should give it to Kenya. But Kenya has too much responsibility right now. Haiti, the UN, it's a lot of issues, okay? So maybe Australia. Maybe we need to give the leadership of the Commonwealth to Australia, so Australia can organize how the Commonwealth is actually going to move forward together. Listen, all Commonwealth nations should be military ready to protect each other. Okay? That means India should be able to call for Kenya to show up and fuck up the Chinese for them. We should be able to call the South Africans in Kenya if the Al Shabaab are giving us issues. Okay? Or Nigeria should be able to call Canada, hey, listen, we don't like how Americans are treating us. Deal with them. That's how the Commonwealth should work. But now we have a decrepit old king who does nothing. This guy has made not a single speech to bring us together. I don't trust the King of England. I don't trust you, bro. I don't trust you, man. I don't trust you, bro. Long live the king, but I don't trust you, man.